What's up, YouTube, Facebook? I'm back with another video. I don't know when the last time I was able to knock out 2 videos in one day, but I'm gonna go ahead and go ahead and knock this one out. So this would be a double header for today. So I was just thinking, right? Remember I told you in the last video, I'm just gonna be going off the cuff today. I was just thinking about something. This whole little man complex, this whole short man complex thing, right? Y'all know a little bit about that. He's always some little dude out of the group that's always, you know, sticking his chest out, that's always letting his voice be heard, just pretty much just overcompensating, you know, for the things that he lacked. I know some of y'all probably think I got some kind of a short man complex because I happen to be a very passionate person, but I just want to just go into a little bit more detail about how this whole short man complex thing came about. You know, so I mean, just think about it. Just think about the world that we live in. Everything is pretty much we live in a cutthroat society. We live in a cutthroat world. It's all about the survival of the fittest, right? It's all about only the strong survive. So anything that's considered sick, anything that's considered weak, anything that's considered small is going to be the thing that's going to be getting preyed upon. Y'all watch Animal Planet. Y'all see what the predators, their main target is those that are sick, those that are weak, or those that are small. So in this world, in the world that we live in today, you're already at somewhat of a disadvantage psychologically because people automatically assume that you're less than just because of your stature. So this is how the whole short man, how the Napoleon complex thing came about. This whole bullying campaign at school, people passing petitions around about stop the bullying, the anti-bullying campaign. 9 times out of 10, those kids that are being bullied are usually the ones that's the smallest ones, or one of the smallest ones out of that group. If you look funny, if you're overweight, or if you're really short, then it's a good chance that you're going to be teased at some point in your school life. I mean, you may get a little bit older, and you know there may be a couple of girls like, "Oh, he's so cute," when you're the little short guy in the class. But a lot of the times you're going to be the one that's going to be getting teased. So this is how this whole short man complex thing came about. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Y'all see where I'm going with this? I remember back in Cimarron, my junior year, I was just walking down the hallway. You know how on Fridays everybody wears their varsity uniform, letting everybody know we got a game Friday. So I got my little jersey on, right? And you know they list me 5'4". I'm only 137 pounds, and I happened to just walk by a teacher, and the teacher, I remember it was a black lady too, and she looked at me. She was like, "Are you on the football team?" I guess she thought I was like the mascot or something. I don't know what was going through her mind, but "Are you on the football team?" I'm like, "Yeah." As little as you are? I'm like, yeah, as little as I am, yeah. I want to. Oh, you must be kind of good then. But she kind of said that in a little condescending way. You see what I'm saying? Like, oh, you must be the guy that's out there getting pushed around or something like that. Like, look, let me tell you something. When you're one of the strongest ones in the weight room and you can run, you're not the one that's getting pushed around out there. So do you see how this whole short man complex could come about? You see why these kids growing up, they got these different defense mechanisms. That's why those little guys that you run into, they kind of ice grill you a little bit. They got a scowl look on their face, let you know, hey, you don't want to mess with me. You see what I'm saying? So that's why they got these different little defense mechanisms. One of the things that I learned to be good at is cracking jokes and start roasting people. Because like I said, when you're the little man in the group, you're automatically a target. So they had to be any kind of bagging situation going on. You're going to be one of the ones that's going to get bagged on, even if you had nothing to do with it. So I just got good at started snapping back on people. And once they figured out that my snapbacks were way funnier than they little jokes, that's when the jokes stopped. So it's different ways that you can kind of use certain things to your advantage, even though you may be lacking in one area. Now, I know as far as the whole relationship and the dating thing, you know, women tend to, oh, I prefer a taller guy, I want a bigger guy, I don't want to be bigger than the guy that I'm with. And you know, a lot of that has to do with the whole self-image, you know, type of thing. Or they want to feel like they want to be protected by a man. So I guess when you're with a small guy, you don't feel as secure, you don't feel as protected. So this is what I want to say to the ladies out there. There's one or two, maybe three little dudes that you know in your life where you was like, oh man, this dude is so cool. I guarantee you there's about 2 or 3 little dudes that you know in your life. You're like, man, that little dude, right, he's so cool. Why I can't stop thinking about this guy? You know, so I just want to go ahead and represent for all those who feel like they've been dismissed, that they feel they've been discredited, that they feel that you're not as capable as other people just because you're smaller. Yeah, I know you're the one that's getting looked over when it comes to playing sports, whether it's basketball, football, but it ain't about the size of the dog that's in the fire. It's about the size of the fire that's in the dog. I want y'all to think about that. I think I got that off of that Hustle and Flow, or one of those Terrence Howard movies where he mentioned that. It's about the size of the fire that's in the dog. If you can recall back in Samuel, when Samuel was choosing the next king of Israel, and before he chose David, he actually went to David's house, and he was the youngest son, and all of his brothers with these big, tall, stocky guys, and David and Samuel said, no, I'm going to choose that one over there. And then he said something that's real clever in that book. He said, don't look at the outward appearance in man, but look what's on the inside. So that's what it all comes down to. What's on the inside? Martin Luther King was only 5'7". For those who may not know, go ahead and look that up. You probably thought he was this big, strong man because he was very passionate. He was all about the civil rights movement, but he was only 5'7". That's why I got a lot of respect for guys like Allen Iverson, because he was the smallest man on the court, but he was the one that was out there dominating. It's not like he was out there getting pushed around. And he had the respect from everybody. So like I said, I'll close off by saying this. It's not about the size of the dog that's in the fire. It's about the size of the fire that's in the dog. Peace.